Ladies and gentlemen, Jay Haft here at the Whitewater Car Show, and I ran into this. This is amazing. It's a 1929 Chevrolet. It says a Woody Military, and it's got the 29 license plate on here. And it says on the side here, Pigeon Service, Fort Benning, Georgia. And there's the poor original owner. We got some rope, we got some extra gas, a funnel, looks like a coffee pot. It's got like a cage type setup in the back here. Oh, probably where they had the pigeons in there. I don't know. But this thing is super cool.
I have a friend that's in the National Guard.
Got a bunch of hooks and stuff on here. This and that. And he's got a pigeon on the side.
He's just a young man.
And this is the interior. It's got a stick shift in here. Kind of a basic gauge structure. He's got extra hat up on top.
They're slobs, they don't do anything all right. They don't watch video games. And he actually seen that in basic training too. Some guys are just thinking that.
I'm happy with less horsepower, it says.
Hey, Dick.
And this is the gentleman that owns this. And your name is?
Larry Splinter.
And where are you from, Larry?
Janesville, Wisconsin.
Okay, you want to tell us about your truck a little?
All right, excuse us.
It makes you wonder.
Yeah. All right,
We need help someplace along the line.
what this is a mobile loft. In other words, a cage on wheels. And they would place this about 4 or 5 miles out from headquarters. And they would be in contact with headquarters by field telephone. Now you got to run a wire with this. This is a crank up phone. Run a wire. So the birds would be placed in here, probably up to about 15 birds. They would be left in here for about 4 days, and they would get acclimated to the area. In other words, the sights and sounds of the area, the predators, weather, or whatever. Now it's just like a cat or a dog. They are going to come back to where they are fed and watered. So this was a temporary feed and water station for the pigeons. So after the 4th day, the birds were released. Some would fly far away, some would just light in the trees around this area. But this was the feed and water station. So they would come back. After the 5th day, the soldier would come and get this box. It's the pigeon box. It's a two box bird box. Feed and water. When the soldier was ready to, when the soldier was ready to send a message, he would pull the bird's leg out to the side here and attach one of these capsules here. And this would go on the legs of the bird. One of these capsules weighs less than this plastic bag.
Wow.
So the bird would fly back here, and the guy that was stationed here would scoop out the bird, read the message, and then send it back by field telephone, whatever that message was, to headquarters.
That's awesome.
So now, twice in history, 1,000 soldiers got to live because the bird made it through with the message. The most famous one is Cherami. It's in the Smithsonian Institute right now, stuffed of course. This bird carried the message in World War I. The Germans were surrounding us on 3 sides. We walked in our own artillery. Boom, boom, boom. We're killing our own guys. So they sent a bird with this message. This is the official message. We are a long road parallel to 2764. Our own artillery is dropping a barrage directly on us. For heaven's sake, stop it. That was the official message sent by the Germans. So the other one was in Italy. Allied soldiers were going to drop a bomb run, and Allied soldiers had moved into the town. U.S. Air Force was going to bomb that town. Again, a bird was sent with a message to the U.S. Air Force to cancel the bombing raid. So 2 times in history. Now, today, we send a drone in. That's a life-saving mechanism. The birds were just as important back then because they were a life-saving mechanism. So there were bases all over the United States dedicated to training birds. You had to be in the Signal Corps. T is for training. how to train birds, how to breed birds, anything to do with you know, upkeep of birds like that. So anyway, that's
Yeah, that's a fantastic story. This bicycle here.
that this would have been on Army bases throughout the United States. Some of them went over to Europe. Columbia and Huffman, which is Huffy Bikes nowadays, built these for the U.S. Army. So the typical frame is a 2-bar into the seat post here, and they came with a bell, a repair kit, a tire pump, and a headlight. That was the standard issue Army bike. So a guy came up to me one time and he says, "Oh yeah, I remember these bikes on base." He said it was the most stolen thing on base. He said the bike would be gone. And he goes, 2 weeks later, here it would be in the middle of 2 barracks. He goes, we'd steal them right back, but he says they never left the base. They always stayed on the base. Yeah.
That's cool.
So I restored this one. This is a Columbia.
So how long have you had your truck?
It's been on the road for 2 years. It took me 5 years to build it.
I believe it. All right, I want to thank you, Larry. You know, it's an amazing story. Thank you for your service and your time and everything you do.
All
Thank
right,
you.
You're welcome.